This is the AEW Collision March 2, 2024 full show results video which takes place at Huntsville, Alabama's Braun Center. Buddy Matthews made his entrance for a match, and while he was hanging out in the corner, Mark Briscoe showed up and attacked him while commentary told us he's not even scheduled for this. The brawl was on, and Briscoe set up a table outside the ring, ultimately doing a flip dive through it and Matthews. The rest of House of Black ran in to make the save. They failed initially, with Briscoe laying all of them out. The numbers game caught up, though, and Briscoe got smoked by a Matthews kick. Despite this, Briscoe still managed to get the better of it and did a big dive off the stage setup. Briscoe tried using the pyro to burn Matthews alive, and security rushed him before he could do it, and Nigel McGuinness said he should be arrested. The House of Black managed to escape while Briscoe set off the pyro to applause from the crowd. Swerve Strickland is backstage and he admits he's disappointed he left his guard down with Hangman Page on Dynamite, but says it will never happen again. Strickland tells Samoa Joe he'll do whatever it takes to become the first African-American AEW World Champion. Then we saw a triple threat match between Penta El Zero Miedo vs Brian Keith vs Dante Martin, and the result of this match was Dante Martin won the match by pinfall when he came in off the top with a splash on Keith and got the pin and qualified for the 8-man scramble match at Revolution. They show a promo from the Hangman Page, and he screamed that he was sorry about tricking anyone, but he had to do it, and then said he would rather die than allow Swerve to become AEW World Champion. The next match happened between Mariah May vs Angelica Risk, and the result of this match was Mariah May defeated Angelica Risk by pinfall after hitting the Root to Mayday finishing move. Immediately after, Timeless Toni Storm hits the ring. May is incredibly excited about it, opening her arms up to Storm, who ducks right under her and asks for a mic, and she says she needs to speak with Deonna Purrazzo, so come on down, and Deonna does just that. Storm says they destroyed a friendship just to win a match. Is it really worth it? From the bottom of her heart, she loves Purrazzo, she does, and she loves her heart and determination, but she knows there is only room for one, and as long as she lives and breathes it will never be Deonna. Purrazzo takes the mic to say she loves Toni too, but she loves that she has her head so far up her own ass that she doesn't realize she's the one who started this whole thing, but she hopes Storm has a bidet because it's going to be really hard to wipe her ass when Deonna breaks both arms. Toni says, "Very well, goodbye, old friend," and then puts some lipstick on before planting a big kiss on her cheek. Purrazzo attacks, and May, who was still ringside, hops the ring to come to Storm's defense, and Toni gets out of there, leaving May to eat a piledriver. The next match happened between Bang Bang Scizor Gang vs Dark Order, and the result of this match was Bang Bang Scizor Gang defeated Dark Order by pinfall. Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale interviewed, and they're going into a tag team match this weekend, so do they have fresh tactics? Stokely Hathaway says the word of the day is accountability, and he apologizes. Willow tells him to stop talking and they've heard enough. It's not about friendship tomorrow, it's about revolution, so they're going to kick Julia and Sky's ass. Wardlow comes to the ring and says Wardlow runs down what he's done in All Elite Wrestling over the last 2 years, and says he finally gets his shot at the AEW World Heavyweight Championship after winning tomorrow night at Revolution. Mr. Mayhem says it doesn't matter who the champion is after Revolution, and runs down all 3 men competing for the championship tomorrow night. This brings out Chris Jericho, and Jericho reminds Wardlow that he's not fighting Swerve, Hangman, or Joe tomorrow at Revolution. He's facing Chris Jericho, one of the best to ever do this. Jericho says if he thinks he's gonna walk over everyone in the All-Star Scramble, he's got some news for him. The Ocho runs down all of his past accomplishments and reminds Wardlow that he hasn't won a world title yet. Chris Jericho says Revolution is a chance for him to get back to being AEW World Champion for a second time because he knows he's good enough. Wardlow says Jericho is right because he was so close to the top of the mountain, and then he had to take continuous steps down, and it ate away at him and ruined his personal life. Wardlow says sitting at home for 3 months helped remind him of who he is, and picked himself up and put himself back together, and he's here to remind everyone of who he is, and challenges Jericho to get into the ring. Jericho says he'll come to the ring, take the rocket and shove it up his ass right now. Powerhouse Hobbs shows up and attacks Jericho from behind, and Hobbs asks Wardlow if he remembers who he is as they go backstage. Serena Deeb is backstage and says she's been undefeated since returning to All Elite Wrestling, and she feels unstoppable. Deeb says no one has challenged her since returning, and says for anyone listening, if they want to step to her in the ring, she'll prove to them why she's the final boss. The next match happened between Private Party vs Matt Sydal and Christopher Daniels, and the result of this match was Private Party defeated Matt Sydal and Christopher Daniels by pinfall when Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett interfered to help Private Party. The next match happened between Thunder Rosa vs Cassandra Golden, and the result of this match was Thunder Rosa defeated Cassandra Golden by submission in a seated camel clutch. In the main event of the show, we saw an 8-man tag team match between Roderick Strong, Brian Cage, Killswitch, and Christian Cage vs Orange Cassidy, Hook, Trent Beretta, and Daniel Garcia, and the result of this match was Roderick Strong, Brian Cage, Killswitch, and Christian Cage won the match by pinfall when Killswitch hits Trent Beretta with a Northern Lariat. The two teams continue to brawl following the match as AEW Collision goes off the air.